Our topic is entitled New Market Competition. It's one of the challenges in international business. First, we have the new market. In the new market, customers and their preferences are unknown and direct competitors are non-existent. In the absence of competition, product features take on less importance. Identifying customers and making them believe in your vision are the name of the game. So new market is created if your product enables a large number of customers to do something they were unable to do before you came along. So the next slide will be market competition. It refers to a situation in a market in which firms or sellers independently strive for a patronage of buyers in order to achieve a particular business objective. For example, profits, sales, and or market share. So, competing in international markets, it involves important opportunities and daunting threats. The opportunities includes access to new customers, lowering cost, and diversification of the business risk. The threats includes political risk, economic risk, and cultural risk. Also, it's the ability of the country's producers to compete successfully in world markets and with imports in its own domestic markets. So, international competition is the degree to which a country can, under free and fair market conditions, to meet the test of international markets while simultaneously maintaining and expanding the real incomes of its citizens.
Global competition becomes a form of international competition in which the position of an enterprise in one country affects its competitive position in other countries. As a result, companies are competing among themselves for international leadership. As a result of such a struggle, the economy is globalizing. Global competition forces companies to compete for customers and employees on an international scale. KFC and Facebook are example of how international companies compete on all levels, including pricing, promotion, distribution, operations, and personnel. This is the crux of global competition. How global businesses succeed. Since the early 1990s, people in a majority of the older industrialized nations have developed an obsession with it. Japanese vehicles first began to sell successfully. Invincibility has given way to vulnerability in the eyes of many, which used to define internationally operating firms that were formally well established. But this unace obscures the consistent advances certain businesses have made against competition from enterprises with international headquarters. For these businesses to succeed in a modern world, global strategies are essential. That contacts a business to view the globe as a single market rather than a collection of national markets, and occasionally entails making unorthodox choices like accepting projects with a low ROIs due to their competitive reward. A company with such a broad focus has long-term plans for the business.
How will local business compete with the global market? Small firms can successfully compete with global competitors by carving out a niche and making the most of their strengths. By staying connected to customers, being nimble, and building strategic partnerships, they can even up the playing field and continue to dominate their local market. There are three primary types of market competition. First, direct competitors. A direct competitor offers the same products and services aimed at the same target market and customer base, with the same goal of profit and market share growth. This means that your direct competitors are targeting the same audience as you, selling the same products as you, in a similar distribution model as you. Some famous examples of direct competitors includes Apple versus Android, Pepsi versus Coca-Cola, and Netflix versus Hulu. Since direct competitors sell similar products in a similar manner, this type of competition is often a zero-sum game, meaning a customer that buys a competitor's product won't buy yours. For example, if you buy a hamburger at McDonald's, it's not likely you'll swing by Burger King to buy another one. Second, indirect competitors. An indirect competitor is another company that offers the same products and services, much like direct competitors. However, the end goals are different. These competitors are seeking to grow revenue with a different strategy. For example, a residential painters experience indirect competition with home improvement chains like MC Home Depot or City Hardware. Again, the category is the same but the product offerings differ. Indirect competition isn't necessarily a zero-sum game. Consider someone buying supplies from City Hardware to repaint their home, only to do a sloppy job. They may call a painter to fix the mistakes. Third, replacement competitors. A replacement competitor is another company that is offering product or service that the consumer could use instead of choosing your products or services. The important concept with replacement competitors is that they are using the same resources to purchase the replacement product or service that could have been used to buy your offerings. For example, a restaurant and coffee shop in the same neighborhood could be replacement competitors. Walking down the street, some customers may choose to grab a to-go lunch from the coffee shop, while others prefer the restaurant. The idea here is that some customers are using the same resources to purchase the replacement that they could use to buy your offerings. These competitors are potentially dangerous if there's more than one way to solve the same problem you seek to resolve. Additionally, these are the most challenging competitor to identify. After all, we can't read people's minds and understand all the choices that lead them to us, but we can find another ways to uncover this information, such as requesting feedbacks from customers or keeping an eye on their social media mentions. With this insight, you can better understand your audience and identify your replacement competitors. As you work to identify your competitors, you may discover more than you anticipated. Don't get overwhelmed. Remember that not all competitors are built the same. Some are less of a threat than others.
The benefits of competition. Competition is a public good and must be seen as a fundamental asset that contributes to a balanced and fair society and a market where opportunities are for everyone. First, competition is beneficial to the country's economy. By competing with each other, companies become more competitive, innovative, and efficient based on merit. This market dynamics makes the economy grow, creating jobs and well-being for society. Second, competition ensures better prices. The competitive dynamics promote competitiveness and the efficiency of companies, ensuring better prices. When companies create cartels or get involved in other anti-competitive practices, the exact opposite happens: costs rise and consumers are harmed. Third, competition favors consumers. Competition between companies translates into a greater quantity of products and services, a better quality of goods, and lower prices. In the end, this is what the consumer is looking for: the best quality at the best possible price. Fourth, competition is beneficial for companies. Competition policy promotes equitable condition in the market, and as such, business success is based on merit. To win, companies become more competitive and solid. Fifth, competition favors the creation of companies. In a market governed by openness and equity, everyone has the same opportunities. Competition promotes freedom of initiative, the right of anyone to create a business and enter the market. Therefore, the competition law prohibits and the competition authority sanction the abuse of the dominant position. 6. Competition promotes innovation. To provide the best product or service available to consumers, companies bet on differentiation. They invest in design, improve production techniques, and other committed to worker training, and see innovation as a way to distinguish themselves in a competitive market. 7. Competition promotes exports. Internal competition stimulates and increases the capacity of a company to position itself in the international market. And lastly, raising awareness for the benefits of competition. The ADC promotes the benefits and rules of competition among public entities, different professional sectors, academies, and the media consumers. Competition is a good thing. It forces us to do our best. Thank you for watching.